So in these structures over here, these are header files, and then this is name of structure, tag name, and then you'll be getting struct member. So this is character, this is subject, which is also character, and this is price. So inside in main you will be having struct courses, and the name of this course it's given as C. So yeah, I have explained string copy, right? So in order to copy this C website, C dot website, right now it's blank. So we'll copy this w3schools.in the C website. So this can be done using this string copy. And similarly, C.subject will copy this. In order to copy in string, you must use this function string copy. It's compared to C.subject, and C.price it's set to 0. So in a while printing it, we'll print C.website subject and price. It should come out, should expected output is W3 schools and C programming and 0. Let's see what happens, and same happened over here. So what if it's not a string, then you must give is there similar declaration as an array for I is equal to 0 and I is less than n, I plus plus, and you must initialize it, and then you must print it in the same way. For I is equal to 0, I is less than 1, and we must write C website. You must initialize it like this. So everything gets printed. You can get it in website. You can go deep through it. And then this is preprocessor macro. There are so many preprocessor macro. We know that okay, structure pointer. You must have said you like in case of pointer, in order to access member, you must use arrow mark. Over here, console input and output. So get character is a single character input. So it's used to enter single character into computer. It's part of library. And then gets is used to get a string. Puts is used to print out put a string on output bar. So these are program implementation. Macro, we know that hash define can be used to define symbolic constants. So this symbol is called preprocessor directive, and hash define do not end with semicolon. So over here I haven't explained about preprocessor macro. So I'll explain it. So hash define. So I would write it as pi 3.14, and then I'll write it as in SI and S. Okay, S is equal to 10. So I'll write printf percent %d comma pi into 10. So it gives an error, see here. So I haven't written main function and specify it 0. So here you as pi it's replaced with 3.14. So you can replace 3.14 with pi. Uh, or else we'll write it as yes, and will inside yes we'll write it as 10 into. So when we run it, it shows that 31 cos 3.14. It's written in integer. What if it's float? Then let's check what happens. And this is the answer. So pi, whenever this 3.14 comes in the, whenever pi comes in the program, whenever you use pi we replace it by 3.14. Likewise, we have so many preprocessor macros. in C, like else if so source code it's compiled by preprocessor, it's sent to preprocessor and then it's compiled. So for example, if you want to use such a big values, huge values, you can't use often in the program, so you can write as C. So whenever you call C, it would be so whenever you use C, it would be replaced with this value. So that's the use, and I have shown over here. Whenever pi is used, it's replaced with this value 3.1415. And these are some of the preprocessor directives as defined. Even you can use elif and if, but it's not frequently used. And this is the end, and here comes the algorithm. So I have done these two, and I haven't done this. I'll do this and all these algorithm. So here you must input the percentage and you must print the grade. So we'll make it. Hmm. So I would write it as int main, and then I would int p, and I would read the value of p, and then if and I enter it as if p is greater than or equal to 90, set A, else if P is greater than 70, then set B, and similarly you must do it, and you must write it in if else statement, and we must print it as A. So we'll write it as else if P is greater than or equal to 70, we would write it as B, and else if P is greater than or equal to 50, we would write it as C. So I won't write F, and then you must write grade. So I have written over here printf. So let's see what happens. So we must enter value. So that's 30. So none of the value gets printed. So 50 C gets printed, and then 45 because we haven't given anything. So all these are greater than 90, so it should be less than 90. Okay, we must have given two constraints. Okay, or else I'll just say that, like, if it doesn't meet any of these conditions, we would write else printf f. So what if I write 100, then A gets printed. What if I write 40, then F gets printed. This is it.